Hi everyone. We're having Tor today. Let's add him here. Hey Tor. You
How
hear
are
me
you doing?
well?
Yeah, I
I'm
can hear
doing
you
great.
great.
Fabulous. So, okay. So let me
Cool.
just tell you a little bit about why we're here. So we made this Bit Vibes streaming channel where we invite cool people from BitClout and hang out. So we already had Sigil here, Alexander was here, Jack was here, and today is you. Your turn.
Cool. I'm reclouding it right now. I love it.
Fabulous.
Bit vibe.
Bit vibes. Um, so we have Clubhouse connected here, so people from Clubhouse can join the stream and ask their questions, give their comments,
Oh,
give
cool.
shout outs and stuff like that. Um, we also have
Oh, very fun.
BitClout donations, which is an overlay that gives us, can show us who's buying stuff and who's investing in the coin and stuff.
Cool. Uh-oh.
So just sending some messages to Alisher because he's supporting me from the back. Uh,
Okay.
so back back to what we're doing here. Um, so last week we had a raffle. So anyone who quotes our previous streams and adds 3 friends to the quote has a chance to win 1 BitClout in the end of every stream. So today we're going to be having a raffle in the end of the stream to give out free BitClout. So cool. Cheers to anyone who wins. Last time was Russian BitClout, and we sent them BitClout. Everyone was happy, so that's fine.
Cool.
Um, so I'm having a little bit issues with the sound right now, so hopefully Alisher will fix it in the end. So sorry for my little bit of a hesitance here with talking. So I'm just getting troubles. Anyway,
Yeah,
I
that's
was
all
doing
good.
my homework about you, and I found so much information. Uh, I saw you working in real estate. I saw you working on live television. You're
Yeah.
like a jack of all trades, pretty much. They're a founder of a club on BitClout, on Clubhouse. Emmy Award winner. I would love to hear more about that. GiftClout host, fabulous. We all loved GiftClout. BitClout Marketplace owner, fantastic. We're competitors a little bit on that. Creator on Rarible, congrats. I also made an
Yeah.
NFT, so super cool. A photographer, uh, web design agent who takes with Zcash, who can get paid with Zcash, and also you host an Instagram or a website or YouTube or all three for street artists in New York. Fantastic. So I would love to
Yeah.
get to know more about all of that. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did some great research there. So where do you want to start?
So please tell us how to get like so many cool BitCloud projects. Where did they come from? How did you realize? Uh, how did you get inspired to do a couple of those? Please.
Yeah, they all kind of just fell into my lap. We started the club March 12th, the BitClout Club, Raj Lahoti and myself, and people just started coming into the rooms from all over the world. artists, celebrities, investors, crypto maniacs. And we realized pretty quickly that this new project, BitClout, a decentralized social media, was going to give the capabilities for developers and entrepreneurs all around the world to create whatever their heart desired. The sky's the limit. So there's kind of this like gold rush, so to speak, on who can create the best stuff, who can have there's so many avenues, so many little ecosystems. So from that club, the BitClout Club, we started to meet geniuses, artists, musicians, NFT, graphic designers, investors, celebrities. And when they started coming into the room, the first 3 or 4 weeks of the BitClout community and the BitClout Club on Clubhouse, so many great relationships were formed and so many networks were constructed. And now you're seeing it, that all these cool apps and it's the first social media in the world to fully open source, the front end, the back end, the core. So developers all across the world can create whatever they like. And that's what we're seeing. And because I was able to be in the rooms early and host a lot of successful rooms and have a lot of fun times, a lot of the developers and teams that started to build invited me on with them, in one capacity or the other. Whether it's an influencer or a consultant or a style thing or whatever the case may be, just to promote these things and kind of help them grow better. So it's been a lot of fun.
Fantastic. We also loved BitClout. From 2 months ago we joined, and it's super, super exciting. We also thought about making a marketplace for creators. I also made an NFT 2 months ago and sold it on, I think it was, I can't remember the platform, but from there we thought that BitClout is also absolutely fantastic for selling art and hosting artists, because we're all here to support one another and give content, and also co-own it or give reward to those that actually created it. So tell me about the marketplace and what you see, where you see the future for that.
Yeah, BitClout Marketplace was Jeffrey David's idea. He also has BitClout Records. He's also the manager of Echo Smith, and he's a music producer and musician. He's had a few hit records, and his passion and our passion really is to make BitClout just how they made it a proof of concept with the social media. We figured, how can we make it so that people are really using the currency? BitClout is a currency where they can now buy and sell goods. So not only can you list a product for sale, whether it's an NFT, whether it's a piano, whether it's an apartment, you can list those for sale, but then you can also purchase them and put the currency to use where you're keeping it on the platform, so to speak. So, imagine a world where, okay, you don't have to off-ramp or you don't have to get these transaction fees. You can actually use your BitClout currency or some of your profits to buy, sell, and trade goods in real life with people. So it's another great proof of concept, and just how Facebook Marketplace has their little store. We said, hey, BitClout needs a store as well, And it's the first marketplace that's on the blockchain.
Well, hopefully we will join you there soon with our Pay with BitClout. We're working on it really hard, but it's new technology. Everything is changing all the time. So hopefully we'll all be able to solve this puzzle and launch our apps and extensions.
Yeah, there's plenty to go around. There's an abundance. Yeah. It's not the supply. It's just how we work on the demand. And it's a big world, and there's enough for everybody. We have a very abundant mindset instead of a scarcity mindset where there'll always be more, and we could always come up with great ideas. So that's the angle we're coming from. And, I love to see it. I love to see you guys.
Well, we had a chat with Jack last stream, and he actually told the story how they were inspired by a list. I can't remember the name, but two creators came together with the same idea. One was Jack, and this other creator who just searched for the name that was similar to what he was looking and found the guys, and they collaborated, and now they're working together. So there's plenty of stories like that. Also, we with our other projects, collaborating with other teams who are also building exchanges, who are also building uh, other stuff like the node and stuff like that. So there's plenty of room to collaborate because the community is so small and the energy is so high, and everyone wants to build stuff, and not you don't have all the skills in your team at at the moment because we're all quite young and fresh. So invitations to collaborate always welcome. If you're down, we're also down.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I love that.
Fabulous. I love how things just happen, on BitClout. So tell
Yeah,
me
you
how.
guys got some
Yeah.
great things going on, and I miss the Russian community rooms. I don't know. We got to start having a few more of those.
Yeah, we used to have more of them in the beginning when there was a lot of onboarding questions, but now oh, pretty much everyone from the community who was helping people onboard are now busy in some capacity on tech.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Yeah.
people are building or designing or managing teams, managing projects. So I think a little bit of time is just spent in a technology side rather than BitCloud. But there's many more things are happening on Clubhouse. Sorry, there's many more things on Clubhouse that are happening at the moment with the Russian community. I know there's a new Clubhouse-ish sort of app is launching where there's a new community forming. So we will see how that goes. And definitely, we will need to make more rooms and bridges, Russian to English community on Clubhouse. I'm down to do that for sure.
Cool.
So tell me, how did you become so popular on Clubhouse? You're one of the top people, and you're pretty much everywhere. You go to one room, you're there, and the feed is. We can always see your face on the feed, and you're up to all the news. Do you have some insights into the dev team or what?
It was kind of all accidental. We started the club March 12th. I really didn't even know what it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I went from kind of spectator audience member in Clubhouse to kind of like front and center, always with the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized pretty quickly that, you know, just my interest in artists and just my interest in people and like just bringing them up, reading their bio, getting to know them became like this bridge between artists, Clubhouse, and BitClout, which because I just had this natural interest and curiosity for artists' unique genius, like that kind of brought me up with them, where I kind of became this like unofficial spokesperson, so to speak. And it fit really nicely. It felt great. And we were just having a lot of fun because as if you're doing the same thing every day, it could get a little bit monotonous and boring. So it's like, how do you throw some new energy into it? How do you throw some funness into it? And I think, we had a little bit of a honeymoon period where it was like this new shiny object and it was this exciting, mysterious thing that no one knew about. And now that all of us kind of first adopters got used to it, now the challenge is to keep it fresh, keep it new, and bring on new people who haven't gone through that same honeymoon period that we went through,
Mm-hmm.
and just having fun in the process. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Cool. So, what do you think? How to onboard new people onto BitCloud? Who would be the next wave of people onboarding BitCloud after early adopters?
I think naturally musicians, influencers, artists who may be a little bit introverted on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Maybe they don't post a lot because they don't see
Mm-hmm.
the reward system. I was at a party this weekend and I met a few reggae artists, and they were talking about doing some live shows this summer and how could I help them with live shows getting booked. And I said, hey, I can get you some live shows, but have you heard of BitClout yet? And then I showed it to them. I walked them through it. I showed them some other musicians who have kind of higher coin prices and are building their following just in a short 3 months. And they said, oh, this looks cool. Like, how can we get on? And then I realized pretty quickly that, I had to walk them through every single step of onboarding. And I did do that, and it was successful. But even when I left them, I'm like, okay, I hope they really keep that seed phrase safe. And I hope that, they're going to get a feel for it and a hang of it where they can onboard their artists. But how I left the conversation was like, cool, let's check in a week. Let's meet up and I can onboard some more reggae artists from your community. So I think that's how we have to do it. You kind of have to be a steward and a conduit. And when you meet people out in the real world, you kind of just say, hey, have you heard about this brand new social media? And have you heard about the creator economy? And have you heard that there's a decentralized social media where not only can you say whatever you want, but you get a price tag put next to your name where people can invest in your creator coin. You have your own cyber coin now if you want it. And that starts to get people excited. And then you kind of social proof, show them how others are having success. And then the rest is history,
Yeah. I get the hustle. Last couple of weeks, we also try to onboard our friends, artists who have like social media accounts, active on Instagram, active on YouTube, or TikTok, and we find that it's not as useful for people as it is on. Alisher just fixed my hearing problem, so super cool, super excited for that. So what I was saying is that it's not, their audience is not as active on regular social media, nor they have their audience on BitClout. So dragging their followers from other social medias is nearly impossible, and building new one from scratch on BitClout is also difficult. So the entry point for artists is super high. Not only they need to understand what is crypto fast, also they need to know their security fast, and then lastly they need to build a whole new following from basically scratch on BitClout. And we need to find better ways to do it rather than just throwing them in and giving them public the global feed to follow, where they don't get to find interesting stuff because it's mainly about dev stuff and our local celebrities already. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, for sure. The barrier to entry, I think, at first it's not the worst thing because you want like a more organic, slow growth. You want to work out the kinks with the people who are tech savvy and are crypto savvy, and then slowly but surely develop it into a thing where, it's a fine line and a unique balance between decentralization and centralization. And there's a problem where people become so comfortable and so safe and secure with these centralized platforms that the second you throw them off into 100% decentralized place, it could be a very scary feeling for them, a very new feeling for them, of the unknowns. And, it's like kind of people, would you rather, if you had $1 million, are you going to keep it in your mattress in your house, or are you going to put it in a bank, where you're safe and secure? So that's why I think that you don't want anything 100% decentralized. You need a little bit of centralization and a little bit of balance, because without balance, things just get finished before they even begin. It may look good and may look perfect at first, but then you realize pretty quick that people aren't coming on, people aren't using it. And it's kind of the same reason that people didn't invest in crypto or Bitcoin from 2008 to 2011. And it wasn't until you had the Coinbase, the Gemini, the Kraken, these secure middlemen bridges come on, that you started to see more mass adoption and more popularity. So I think they have to do a really good job at balancing the two without pissing off the 100% decentralized crypto community. And I think they are doing a good job of that, as far as keeping their word true. And now it's the time, I just saw today an app. The guys from FanDuel created an app that is called the Flick app. So they just launched the Flick BitClout app, and it's a big step forward. We're the native mobile app now because, this weekend I showed these reggae artists BitClout, and they were going to the App Store and trying to get it at the App Store. And I said, oh, no, you got to go to Safari and type it in. And then, so little things like that. And I think it's important we be patient. It's okay to be patient, take a deep breath, don't worry. The haters will say, what happened to BitClout? Or, oh, remember BitClout?
Yeah.
But if you look at, Facebook had 1 million users after the first year. So BitClout has 260,000 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Twitter had, I think, let me see the numbers on Twitter. Twitter had 475,000 unique visitors in their first year, and then 2 years later they had 7 million. So BitClout has already 280,000 users, but already 2.6 million total posts in just the first quarter. So those are some great numbers, to build off of. And when we see more apps get developed, when we see more nodes be developed, more celebrities coming on board, I think we're going to be quite surprised at how this thing picks up. And once people see artists making some serious money independently with no middleman or no manager and no person there to take from their cut, I think that's when you'll start to people show and prove the social proof. People will get it and join more. But it's a lot of fun, and they also average 34 minutes of active time, which was double Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit, which was pretty. So
Sweet.
Okay, there's less people on, but the people that are on are staying on longer. And I think that's because you have so much to offer. The crypto investment, the developer, the celeb, there's a lot going on.
True. I would totally agree. I have big plans for BitClout, and pretty much all of my time is now invested in BitClout or BitClout related activities. So even my clothes are now getting BitClout logos here and there. So I'm super down with a couple of years of this activity, and I would love to see decentralized platform ownership and crypto on the platform to be used. Because also Facebook, a couple of years, I think in 2017, they announced that they will have their own crypto on Facebook to do exactly what BitClout is doing right now, to be able to buy things, to be able to send people money and things like that. And it didn't happen because of the size or regulations, or it just was too big of a machine to implement radically new economy into it. So BitClout is super cool in that way.
Yeah, it's interesting too because the Gemini twins, the Winklevoss twins, have a little bit of an unofficial beef or competition with Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
So I looked at that when Zuckerberg was trying to do his own crypto. I looked at that like, hey man, stay in your lane. Your competition has been doing this for years already, and they got a really deep stake in the ground, and they're making some really great connections in the crypto space. So I think when the time comes, Facebook won't have their own currency, but they'll adopt whatever cryptocurrency is going to be used by the masses, so to speak.
Yeah.
That's just my prediction.
Well, I feel like Facebook, I haven't used Facebook for years, since 2016, I think. Once Instagram was more of a thing, I just left Facebook, and now I'm back on it because it has like features like events and things like that. When I gone into like events, then I came back to Facebook. But other than that, I don't see much of an advantage really using Facebook. It's expensive. It's highly monitored. You don't get to post what you like, and you have to be super sensitive to things. It just takes energy from you, really, a lot of it. So I really
Yeah.
like the freedom of speech. I like it so much. I'm happy to just delete my account there. Anyways.
I agree. I agree with you. I think they overplayed their hand,
Mm-hmm.
and the the difference too is, on the other social medias on the old land, there's a lot of toxicity. There's a lot of negativity that's rewarded. There's a lot of fighting that's rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, post a controversial opinion and then have everybody fight over it and argue over it. Whereas that doesn't get rewarded in the creator economy. That doesn't get rewarded on BitClout. We don't have time for that. It's noise,
Mm-hmm.
and there are deeper, more important matters, and especially for charity for BitClout. You put a charity on there, and now you could raise some serious funds, and you don't kind of have to use those old tricks. You go on the Facebook timeline, and there's a lot of toxicity. There's a lot of BS. Um,
Mm-hmm. Well,
and
I don't see posts from my friends anymore. All I see is ads. So,
that too. That too. And when was the last time you clicked on a Facebook ad?
yeah, can't remember. No,
Never,
never.
right? Never.
On the Instagram, on the other hand, they have a pretty good algorithm offering me stuff that I would actually buy. Like,
Yeah.
hands down, we got some glasses, we got some shields, we got some teas, we got some stuff from Instagram, which is the same company but just better. Cool.
Yeah.
So let's get back to BitClout and projects we're building. So can you introduce your team, who you're working with, and what kind of new things we're going to expect from you soon?
Yeah. So I just got off a great meeting yesterday with the GiftClout crew, with the Join BitClout crew,
Mm-hmm.
with the Raj Lahoti crew. He's got so many cool accounts and so many fun projects. The gift diamonds, the shout out, the verified profile, we buy fake accounts. And we're going to do this BitClout University thing too, which is kind of like a spinoff of Join BitClout, where I'm going to be doing this week in BitClout.
Mm-hmm.
So every Friday or Saturday, I'm thinking probably Saturday, maybe even Sunday, but I think Saturday. Every Saturday, I'm going to do a This Week in BitClout post, an article, and like a little video or a little show, where I'd love to bring on guests and kind of have like a beat reporter. So I'll be the host of the show. There'll be like 5 to 10 topics that happen this week. We'll interview the people who were in the topic, and then we'll have a few beat reporters like reporting live from somewhere, even if it's in their living room, that type of
Cool.
thing. So I'm really excited for that.
That is super cool. Especially there are some offline events happening. Wine for big clouders or big cloud cocktails. I believe there is. And people are joining here, meeting here and there to talk about BitClout. So super cool. I'd be very happy to help with like we can install donations, BitClout donations in your stream. Why not? Like here you can see that you bought some of the Bit Vibes. Very well invested.
Oh,
Thank you so much. And Pay with BitClout tipped us. So cool things like that. Also, we make overlays and we're building a whole entire interactive streaming platform for where you can log in with BitCloud identity as well as Facebook and Google identity, just because we want to be inclusive. And you get some tokens to play around, so that's coming up real soon. We can think about incorporating our tech with your ideas and do cool collaborations together, because I feel like there is a bit of a Russian crew and a bit of an American crew, and we're not coming up with the same projects, but essentially we're getting same ideas and implementing in our own ways, but it would be way cooler if we had some bridge to bridge the gap and just move, collaboratively move this machine forward and join forces.
Yeah, I love that. I love the look of Bit Vibes. I love the green. I love your logo with
Thanks.
the eye on there. So yeah, I would love to do some partnerships and some collaborations. I'm sure we will.
Cool, cool. My designer is Alisher, as well as my technical support, and he's done a few other cool designs on BitClout. So I'm a fan and give him shout out, Alisher. So
Yeah,
he's a great creator.
yeah, I'm a fan of Ali Sher as well. I love Ali Sher.
He's here on Clubhouse with us, so maybe Alisher,
Oh,
you
cool.
can join the conversation. He needs a second to hear his name in the stream because we have a little bit delay. Anyway, we will hear
Oh,
him
cool.
when
I
he's
see
ready.
it. Cool.
So my other question for you was about investing strategy in BitClout. What was your investing strategy in the beginning, and what is it right now?
Yeah, because of the bonding curve, it really, really pays to get in as early as possible on an artist or a creator. And with that said, that doesn't mean I'm not going to invest in someone with a high coin price. But right now, basically, I invested in a lot of creator coins weeks ago that kind of haven't been moving much yet. And they might have moved a little bit in the beginning, but I'm kind of just holding on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding and waiting because as the platform grows, those coin prices will grow as more people come on in the later stages and invest in the people they like. So that's my strategy right now. I really love to find someone who's cool, someone who's an artist, a musician, or NFT, or you know, they could be anything. If they're cool and no one really knows about them yet, that's what I'm most excited about. The innovators, the startups, the unknowns. I think the celebrities who already have a lot of money and a huge following, they're kind of overvalued, but I
Mm-hmm.
think they'll still do very well once mass adoption occurs. But there's something really cool and exciting about, I knew, you know, Bit Vibes when they had 100 followers. And I invested in Bit Vibes when they had 100 followers. Now they have 1 million followers and are one of the top shows in the world. That's a cool feeling to me. So I'm willing to spread that out amongst many new early people and projects,
Mm-hmm.
especially ones that I see opportunity and I see creativity and I see motivation and drive and genius in. So I can ride that with them and then smile in the end, rather than somebody who I already know is famous, who I already know has a lot of money. Sure, you could make some money and come up with them, but to me, that wouldn't be as rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
And right now on the platform, there's like a few growth hackers who they're very good at getting a following. They're very good at having a high coin price.
Mm-hmm.
But what do they do? What are
Mm-hmm.
they doing? What is their art? What is their genius? What is their personality? So I'd rather have a funny, cool, genius musician or artist who has a low price and a low following than somebody who's corny and just has a lot of followers because they know how to gamify the system.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everyone's seeing through that yet, and of course you can, and there's a talent in that too. Listen, there's a
Absolutely.
talent in getting followers,
Yeah, absolutely.
but then
It's gaming the system. It's also really cool. It's just it depends on what do you want to support. If you want to support that, cool. Every game has its winners and its losers, and you can, there's no problem in making money in uh, investing in all kinds of accounts and all kinds of games. Join them, win them, lose them. It's all your own responsibility.
the world is your oyster.
Yeah, depends on what you support and what values you bring, and that kind of defines what kind of people will be around you. So if you're one of the active, manipulative, hype kind of gamblers, or not gamblers, hype. You can lead the crowd, then you will
Yeah,
accumulate people that are following you either way. So there's a talent in everything, just like you said.
for sure. And because this is such a unique new world, it really is its own world. There's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So of course there's always a little bit of bad with the good, and there's always a little bit of good with the bad. And I think it's important we don't rush to judgment on certain things that might look bad, or certain things might look like that we're unfamiliar with,
Mm-hmm.
because there's kind of this tribal community protector energy that is natural and normal when you're new to something and when you want it to succeed.
Yep.
But it's also sometimes the tighter you grab something, the harder you squeeze it, the more it breaks, the easier it is to fall and break.
True.
So
True.
let it go, and if it comes back, it was meant to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I personally, I'm quite attentive to my feed, and whenever I get something I'm not cool with, I just unfollow. Or if I had investment in that, I take it out. Super simple. I curate my own feed. I'm pretty happy with how I managed to do so. So I
And
think
I think
that's,
that'll only get better. That'll only get better with the new nodes being developed.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's smart. That's the way to do it, you know? If you
Mm-hmm.
don't like it, don't look at it.
Exactly. And if other people like it, cool. It's their choice.
Perfect. If only everyone could be like you, the world would be a better place.
Oh, thank you. You're too sweet. So about people we follow. So who are the top accounts you're following?
Ooh, the top accounts I'm following. That's a good question. Let's look through my feed here. We got
Oh, I think we have
yeah,
I
we
pressed
got
the wrong button maybe. Sorry. We have a question or a comment
oh,
on Clubhouse. So as soon as you're done,
oh,
we will move to Irina on Clubhouse with her question. Sorry, please
oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
let's the top accounts I'm following. Sheesh. You know, um, let's just look at some of the top gainers today. You know, the Krasenstein brothers, they're a
Mm,
top account I'm following.
same.
They're
I'm
very
following them as
informative,
well.
very bright people. Then I'm following this account, Bit Vibes and D Veronica. Is that how?
Okay. Okay, not bad.
And then
Not bad.
I am following. Let's see here. We have. I'm going through my notifications because every day somebody does this clout with all these names on it, and I don't know exactly what they're doing, and I never thought that clout was useful until now. Now there I can find use from this clout. So Ali Alexander, of course, Julia,
Julia.
Joolia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I follow them both. Love them both.
Memes.
Yeah,
My
memes.
best friend,
Love the monkey. Perfect.
Michael Joseph, Raj Lahodi, Alina Bakova, the
Yeah.
Happy Duck, MP3, Michael Rowland, my brother Michael Rowland,
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bull, Tori Seller, aka T Cell, Diamond Cheeks,
Yeah,
Jeffrey
diamond
David,
cheeks.
yeah, OX Rodney, love that guy. There's so many cool people. Johnny Savage, I just became good friends with. There's so many like-minded individuals. There's so many entrepreneurs. So much genius. Like, guys, now is the time to like find your little tribe or tribes. Throw things against the wall. See what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Post your heart out. You know, post like nobody's watching. Engage in other people's posts. Comment on their clouts. Reclout. Throw, even if you don't have to be rich, you can throw 50 cents. You can throw a penny. and that comes up in people's notifications, and you'd be
Yep.
surprised the reciprocity of how they return the favor. So, um,
Cool.
yeah, that's. I know I'm leaving some people off the list,
Of course, there's
but
so many other cool people. We will come back to that question maybe later. Now Irina's waiting, so Irina, please, stage is yours. You can ask your
Hi.
question.
Hi. I just would like ask about uh, activity on BitClout. I noticed that months ago, when I posted something, I had more likes, more reclouds. Now it looks like activity fault. What do you think, Diana? Sometimes post doesn't have any likes, any reactions.
Well,
yeah, Irina.
Does it mean that activity goes down or no, or it's just my posts are not good?
I'm sure your posts are just fine. I also noticed a little bit of a fall on activity. It's just because there's so many things are happening right now, and there's so many games and projects launching. Maybe people's attention is a bit shifted away from individuals to more of a crowd activities. But I will be looking at your posts and liking them for sure. I will keep my eye on you from now on.
Oh, thank you. I will post. I will start to post because I was a bit disappointed when you're trying to post and there was no reactions. And also, I noticed it's better to send post American late hours time because there are more Americans and then Russian community. Yeah, am I right?
Yeah, I feel the same
You
way.
know,
We live by American hours now because more
Mhm.
people are in states.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
agree.
What do you think,
Now, I
Ida?
write Irina, right?
Yep.
What what's Irina's username that she's having these issues with?
I have three. One is for Music Live bar called Music Live. There is
Music
another one.
Live,
It's not
great.
mine. Yeah, Music Live. There is live music. It's not mine. Mine is Music Live.
Okay.
Music Live. Second one, my personal called Edelweiss Around. One word. Edelweiss, like flower. Edelweiss Around. Quite difficult. And third one for business activities that I will start a bit late. It's not very active still. Called Blockchain Around. Blockchain Around,
Okay.
one
So
word. Yeah,
I just went on Music Live. You got a great name here, but I think
yeah.
I'm going to prescribe you. This is what I'm going to prescribe you: 5 clouts per day. Okay. 20,
Okay,
20, 20 comments per day on other people's clouts,
okay,
and 10 quote clouts.
okay. Thank
That
you.
This is
Yeah, I
Dr.
will start.
Thor, and that is your prescription, and that will cure your low engagement on BitClout remedy.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. We will
You
cut
like,
this
you
out
like.
and put it
Thank you.
on our
You
page.
like BitCloud doctor
Yeah.
prescription.
Yes,
Perfect.
I am. I am Thor, aka BitClout Doctor, and your last post was 6 hours ago on Music Live, so you're due for a new post. And when you post it, I will recloud it to my thousands of followers, and you'll get some Dr. Thor love. Okay?
Okay, will do. Thank you. I will do now. I will do an announce. Thank you.
Hi
Okay, great.
everybody. Just want to say that we are live streaming with video on YouTube and the BitCloud. Also, we installed BitCloud donation, so anybody who buy coins or tip will post their name forever in our stream. Yeah.
Thanks. So we have another person on stage. It's a psycho red head with a beautiful statue on his avatar. So, what will be your question or comment? Mr. Psycho?
It's Miss.
Miss. Oh,
um,
Miss. Hi.
I have the worst load shedding. I live in South Africa, so government decided to take our power tonight. Yay me. So I couldn't go sit outside, so I had to quickly come inside. I just wanted to see what's going on in this room. Obviously, I love Thor. I love everybody else. Like, I'm just a lover. Yeah, so I just wanted to see what was happening. Not a statue, actual person, me, sitting on a table, drenched in latex.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, how's everybody else's evening going?
Wow, this is fabulous. I thought it was some beautiful sculpture, but you look great. Beautiful
And
body.
she's got pet
in
monkeys.
latex.
She's got pet monkeys at her house.
Oh, you guys know each other. Okay. Super
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, pressed something. So,
Joanne, we're doing a
I have a
live
question
stream
for
here.
Thor, though.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Thor, you know my accounts. I'm pretty active. Like, I'm super active, actually. And engaged and commenting and liking and recatting this shit out of people's stuff. Why am I never on global? Have I been grey listed? Am I blacklisted?
Let's see. I don't think so. Let me see.
Do people just not like my content?
Now we spell it the same way as your how do I spell your username on BitClout again?
It's MADAM fetish. It should pop up as soon as you type in madam.
There you are. Joanne, I wasn't even following you.
Asshole. No, I'm kidding. But it's cool. You can follow me now. You have time to make it up to me.
I could have swore I followed you right when we first started. So this makes sense of why
sure there was a stage where something's happening and my followers were disappearing. But I mean OG followers, like beginning day followers, and they've all disappeared. I don't know what's going on.
So Madam Fetish, what are your passions? What do you love most? What could you, if you had to go on stage for an hour right now and talk about anything with no script, what would that be?
Well, you should know that just by the aesthetic of my profile would obviously be latex,
Right.
bondage, BDSM. I could go for hours, and that's
so
rooms for hours.
So I would prescribe you some more informative posts on that world, that like things I don't know about that world that I would love to know. Besides, because you have the eye candy down pat, you have the beautiful imagery that I'm loving, but then maybe like 1 or 2 posts a day of like history of bondage and fetish, or fun facts, or like an FYI, or you know what would really be a hit is like if you could do tips for men and tips for women on like how to act in the bedroom. And if you could start adding value to people's life like that, you're going to see a lot of reclouts. You're going to see a lot of following. I think you'll even see a global here or there once you start to get that traction and that snowball effect. Does that make sense to you?
100% sense to me. Sorry, I'm sitting in a very empty room. 100% sense, and I never thought of it that way, to actually give the informative side of this world. I was just that, just show them what it is, but to give information is quite great.
Yeah, you can do challenges as well. I wouldn't mind a challenge from BitClout.
See
that? Alisher wouldn't mind either.
And I would add sometimes posting other people that are into the same thing on your page every now and then, that gives them shout outs from across the globe. That'll help grow your page. And
I have been doing that, Gabs, but it's super hard just because a lot of people are being almost secretive about it. So the only person I can really tag at the moment is Emily Lazar, which I do. So I shout her out whenever I can. The problem with me adding other women or other people within I need to see that they're on BitClout. Like, that's my biggest thing. I don't want to be posting names.
Joanne, as the platform grows, you'll have more eventually. Just be patient.
What up, Joanna? How you doing?
Hey, Mark. I'm getting you.
So I was just thinking, maybe things that are more interactive or involving the audience. You could talk about a particular fetish and then say, how many of you are into this, and get a discussion going, because maybe some people, getting people out of their shell a little bit, because there are a lot of people who are into things and they don't want to talk about it until other people start talking about it.
Good idea, Mike.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Or a way of normalizing it, like, no, you're not a freak, we're all into this. We all like to be peed on. Let's just admit it.
We love you.
Just don't use R. Kelly as your example.
There you go. There you go.
So,
Or something else.
I made a new post as so you can recount it. Yeah.
Okay.
Safe to send it. Yeah. Thank you very much, and I will recloud you.
Thanks, Irina. Hi,
Thank
Gabi. Nice to see you here. I was trying to reach you earlier, and I'm happy to see you here. So, what's your question, comment, or just whatever? Join us, please. The stage is yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been really busy. I'm like in a 10-minute break period just to add. I see that we are Bitcoin is like, or BitClout is now mining. You guys know any miners?
I know a couple of people who speak about mining. I am about to become a miner myself tonight. I'm going to go purchase a very expensive video card from our neighbor and try to put together a machine. So I will have some info about that later, maybe.
Well, best wishes. I wish you the best. Let me know what happens, or let us know what happens.
Definitely, we'll put posts on BitClout. You will see my progress. I will write everything I know. I learned through that process on my feed. If anyone else knows, please let us know.
Yeah, if you go to Clout Reactor, at Clout Reactor, and if you go to, that's ran by at Corbin with a K, Korbin, and they have instructions on cloutreactor.com of how you yourself can become a BitClout miner. I have very beginner knowledge on mining. One thing I do know about mining is sometimes the more people that mine, the slower it gets, and the more, like, you have to have a right amount. I think there's like a sweet spot. Like, you don't want too little and you don't want too much. So that'll be interesting to watch. Clout Reactor itself is an experimental BitClout miner, and it's on the PPLNS pool. So it's an alpha software. So if you're an alpha tester, the miner may crash, shares may not be counted correctly, but because it's alpha, you know, Justin L and Corbin are, I think, the main contribution. You know, they need a little bit of help to work out the kinks, and they get it like running like a smooth oil machine. And then 10% of payouts will be invested into that Clout Reactor at a 50% founders reward. And they're using NVIDIA CUDA 11 is what's supported. And their OpenCL support is coming soon. And then GTX 10XX Pascal series and higher are supported as well. And I guess people are using Linux, running via Docker. And then they give the links where you can install the Linux and install the container toolkit and all that cool stuff. So it's definitely a cool experiment and a way to contribute to the community and kind of have your place in BitClout history, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've been wondering about this. I'm very, very green in all of this, but I was wondering if somebody who owns a massive server farm, if we could basically rent it out and then all kind of contribute. So basically running it from our own computers to there and then having the work done on the server farm And what that would allow is it would be computer independent. We could run it from our cell phone, possibly. Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah, the more I've looked into it, the more I've seen that the more lucrative and user-friendly way to go is to rent out a spot in one of these mining farms, like down in Texas or wherever, whatever country you're in. There's actual farms and like they're almost like big storage facilities where these mining systems are ran that you could kind of rent out a spot and do your mining there. So Mike, I'm interested more in that than like having a computer or a system run at my house all day long. But both are
if
cool.
You think about the buy-in for that is so massive. You look at that video card that you need, or that GTX, I forgot what it was. That's $1,500, and that's just like a base model, not including the computer you would have to build to support it, and then the electricity that you have to pay for to run it. That's a buy-in for this, and I just think it might be a more effective method as we're discussing right now, if there is somebody who has a server farm that they'd be willing to rent out.
Or there's like kind of the model that Pi's doing, right, where you mine from your phone.
That's what I'm talking about. How would that be done?
I don't know, but
okay.
I mean,
but what I'm saying is your phone doesn't have a lot of processing power compared to these big rigs. So if you could send it out remotely to the quote unquote cloud to do the there.
Well, you could do something on like Google Cloud, right? Like they have like their TPUs and different things that you could essentially.
Right, but isn't it to use AWS for that?
Well, you could do either one. I mean, it's just whatever your cloud provider is.
But again, when to use that service would be costly, and so our profit margin would be so much lower.
Of like use like, so you're using like some data center somewhere,
right? So, or if you know somebody who has built one of these rigs, I know a guy, and he was working with somebody a few years ago. I think they had set up in Dubai or somewhere in the somewhere out there because electricity was super cheap. So I was like, hey, I should get a hold of him and ask him if he still has that rig.
You know what we should do, Mike, is we should just buy a mining farm.
Okay. What would be involved in that? I mean, how much? What would the investment be on that?
I'll get some numbers and I'll look at some for sale in the States, but it's kind of like buying a storage facility, you know?
Right. But like, if we all go in on it, right?
No,
and how long until it's paid for itself?
No, just me and you, Mike. Just me and you. 50-50.
Oh, well, sure, I got some money laying around.
Cool. That's how deals are done.
That's right.
In
that's
2021.
Right. Give me
but time. You're right. Let's pool our money together, buy a farm. We'll buy a fucking BitClout mining farm. What the fuck?
Right. And, calculate out how long would it take before we recouped our money on that.
Yeah, who cares about the money?
Well, another thing.
What a business proposition. Wow.
Yeah. Another option. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go for it.
I was going to say another option is to take basically the model that Clout Reactor is doing, right? And then scale that within the mining farm.
Right. So you'd be using a mining farm for that. Right, exactly. And I think that'd be a hell of a lot more efficient than doing it on our own computers.
I agree.
So the question is, what would it take to either rent it out or to buy a farm? And how long before that investment pays for itself?
Yeah, something else that's kind of interesting too is if you have like if you go like the IoT route, right, and you just have like that is kind of is orchestrating the mining. So it's like where I was reading this thing about Azure where VS Code, where essentially you could do like all, if you can have VS Code running, you could trigger like kind of like a Lambda script or something like that, like off into the cloud and then get the result back. Where it would just be, across, it wouldn't have to necessarily just be like in a mining farm somewhere, but it could be, like how many devices are connected to the internet that are just running, that aren't taking up, they're already utilizing electricity.
Are you talking like the old SETI?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to SETI, but it's more of like, because SETI, like you have to have a certain amount of like idle processes. But like if you had like
hang on. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I have to leave for my room. Thank you for advices, and see you soon. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, Irina.
Bye.
So back to our stream. If you guys don't mind, we can keep the room open if you want to talk more about mining afterwards. It's super cool.
Yep.
Right now, our time is kind of up, and I'm going to do a raffle right now, and we will get a person, a lucky winner for one BitClout who reclouded the stream from last Monday with Jack and added 3 of their friends to the quote. So I will open that screen right now.
Yeah, actually, you can see it on BitClout or on YouTube. Yeah, we're streaming video as well.
So the raffle starts.
Wheel of BitClout.
And $100 off one BitClout. So
nice.
Let's send them right now from the stream. So here we have the lucky winner. Follow me for money with super fun profile. Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. $100 off. So send BitClout. We're putting his name. 1 BitClout is today's reward. Am I sure? Yeah. Sent.
Nice.
Sweet. For anyone who wants to join for the next raffle, they need to do the same thing. They need to reclout and add 3 of their friends, and they will get a chance to win 1 BitClout or more. And a quarter of all FRPs and donations from this stream will be invested right back into BitVibes to secure your ROI on BitVibes holdings investments. So thanks everyone. Thanks Thor, or your real name is Evan, right?
Yeah, both are cool.
So I'm super happy to meet you, and I hope we will get some cool collaborations going forward. And thank you so much for giving us the time and the energy. And I will definitely cut out your cool prescription for all low.
Yeah.
What was it? Anyway, your prescription for upping up the hype. So thank you so much. And
hey, thanks for having me on your show. Great show. BitVibes. I see a lot of success in your future. Diana and Alisher and the whole community. Thank you for inviting me. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks. And see you next time.
And don't forget to bring me back on the show once you have 1 million followers, okay?
Oh, about that, you will get a link. If you join my Discord, you will get a link to join any of my following streams as a guest with your video, to jump in and ask your question, give your comment, do a shout out of your project, whatever you feel like. So we will chat after the stream. But yeah, thanks, and I will see you again.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Alisher.